Councilman Merger, you're here? All righty. No,
Unknown caller.
we're not talking to my next door neighbor. McCormick's calling me now. Maybe the neighborhood's on fire.
Yes.
Mel, you got 5:30?
Yes, indeed.
Good evening, everyone. It is 5:30 and we will call the city council meeting for City of Choteau, June 21st to order. Those present will rise and do the pledge of allegiance, please. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our meeting. Tonight here present at City Hall are Clerk Rogers, Councilman Doyakos, Councilman Howard, Councilwoman Kokoli. In the audience, Jen Hasselstein wearing multiple hats tonight, Kappa, Chamber, whatever else tonight. Dave and Jane Hartman are here, and Mel from the Acantha. Out in Facebook land or Zoom land is Councilman Merja, and it looks like he's hiding somewhere next to the Unibotter's cabin. So, welcome in. First thing on the agenda tonight would be the approval of minutes from City Council on June 7th.
Move approval of the minutes.
I'll second.
I have a motion from Councilman D and a second from Councilwoman Kokoli. Changes or corrections to this?
That's good.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Minutes stand approved. Anyone going to be out of state? Councilman, you have to see the family in? Bringing to you this time.
Yep. Must be.
Steve?
If I leave the state between now and 4th of July, I think Jen will kill me.
Well, between now and the 7th, how's that?
That too.
Okay. We have nothing under our old business to address. We'll move into new business. At the end of new business, I'm going to make a jump around for a second, but we'll come back to that. So new business. First item is the vote on resolution 887, which is the approval of the World Development Water Project loan. And the letter we received coincides with this. It says the ambulance is being paged out. Hang on. That should take care of that. We received a letter on June 8th that the state of Montana, through its drinking water state revolving loans fund program, has been approved by EPA to make loans for drinking water projects. This purpose of the letter is to apprise us that the state has approved our loan in the amount of $2 million. This is the resolution that supports this one.
That is the ban that you've got.
Yes.
There's the ban that's actually SRF. That's the interim financing. And then when we spend that 2 million, then it rolls
into the other one. Okay, that's all right. I'm with you.
Right.
So any questions on this one?
I move approval of resolution 887.
Second.
I have a motion from Councilman D and a second from Councilman Merja. Mel, any questions?
Yeah, just type in my notes, call Jody and ask her to explain this more fully.
Well,
So I can do that.
It's really hard to switch gears
Yeah.
from all sewer to
Yeah.
water. It's the big project. So we'll talk.
This is on the water side.
Yeah.
This is one
This
that
is
we're getting,
water.
yes.
This is the one we have all the ARPA funding for.
Yes. This is the one that got me in trouble when we didn't get all the money. We only got part of the money. This is the part of the money we got. So. Any other questions? Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. We will get resolution 887 signed and out the door. 888 is our next resolution vote, and this is the water funds for rural development match. These are the dollars that we have set aside in our from the city that are used as part of the match. correct?
This will be our replacement depreciation money, funds will go towards this plus a little more.
And this is on the wastewater.
No, this is water.
How come
When I
it
say
says
wastewater,
wastewater in the
Sewer
resolutions?
Oh, it's not. You need to make a motion that we change that resolution to say water. I was having trouble with that.
I move resolution 888 with the amendments to change it to sewer fund, from sewer funds to water funds. And wastewater capital to. What's the right verbiage there, Jody?
To water. I'm
Water.
sorry, I was cutting and pasting on resolutions on the last one I wrote and I missed that part, sorry.
Okay.
It's water,
Yeah, because on the first line, it says wastewater. The second part of the resolution says water improvement project. So
You're lucky that I got, you remember. it too.
gotcha. We will,
Yeah.
I have a motion from Councilman D
To move it with amendments.
to move resolution 888 with the amendment that it is for water improvements and we strike the wastewater and replace with the proper verbiage.
I'll second.
I have a second from Councilwoman Kokoli. So these two combined are again heading for part of the project that we're hoping to go to bid here sometime in the not too distant future. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. We will get that resolution fixed and signed in the morning and out the door. Light load of claims for you guys tonight. Any questions on the claims?
Steve Howard, so that you.
What's that?
I make a motion to be paid.
Second.
I have a motion from Councilman Howard and a second from Councilman D.
Fairfield ambulance be advised. Elderly female who has collapsed and is on the floor and cannot get up. Husband would like me to on and see what's wrong with her. This is condo 1 west of the Fairfield post
can't
office. They are
read it,
at a
sorry.
friend's house and he could not tell me the address.
Sorry about that. I'll learn to hide that in the future. Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right, we'll get the bills paid. I'm going to ask for a little bit of mayoral leeway here and jump to public comment or information for things that are not on the agenda tonight. So before you tonight, you have two requests for street closures. Both are, one is for next week for the Catholic Church for Vacation Bible School for half a block between Main Avenue and the alleyway behind the Catholic Church. Would that be the correct distance? So it's Spargers, the Catholic Church on the south side, Spargers, and I don't remember who lives in the old Thompson house there, the little black brown house.
I think Matt Park is living in there.
Thank you, Councilman. And the other one is for the 3rd of July for Chad Peebles, and that would be on their First Avenue Northwest. Normally, when it comes to these things, they have to be approved by the city council, and they're supposed to be on our agenda so that they can be posted for the public. We have two choices to make here, Councilman, Council Lady. I would say we have two choices. We can say, okay, we've got them now. We can post a meeting in the morning and say we do a meeting at 7:30 on Friday morning to approve these. Or if you guys have no issues and it looks like everyone has their ducks in a row, we can go ahead and allow them to close the streets, and then we can approve them at our meeting on July, our first meeting in July, which would be July 5th.
Right.
So I'm open for direction from you guys. Either way,
I think,
go ahead.
go ahead,
Councilman.
Chris.
I say either way, we're going to get them approved. It's just a matter of how we want to do this.
So I think we do it now and we put something out on the city's Facebook page. And maybe Mel will help us out and put something on the Acantha page that, hey, these streets are closed these days, so that it's out there and people don't get their feathers ruffled.
And to be honest with you, the street Chad's they're going to close for a few hours, but he said the local folks that live on the street will be coming and going. They just want to make sure that through traffic's not there.
Yep.
Catholic Church one will be a complete close down. So it's only half a block, truly.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to speak?
Yes, you are.
Okay. The Spargers are helping with
Yeah,
everything, so they're aware, but I should probably let the other residents know in person.
I can't see him saying no, but nonetheless.
No, but I will
Yeah.
go and knock on
Yeah.
it.
It's up to you for,
I'll be really honest, I'd rather do the meeting Friday and just have it by the book, black and white, transparent. We can do it not at 7:30, maybe like 8:30.
I just don't want to interrupt anybody from work, that's all.
Sure. That'd be my
I'm
preference.
pretty busy. Doing nothing.
Yeah, I was just saying, one arm over here. What about you?
I'm okay either way. I think.
Okay,
Do we need a motion then to put it on the agenda?
I would have a motion that I would accept a motion to post these two for at a meeting on Friday morning, 8:30 a.m. We can do it by Zoom to get them approved.
Do we need to make that a special meeting with just one item on the agenda?
Yeah,
Two, twice. excuse me.
two items.
So I would make a motion I would move that we hold a meeting on Friday at 8:30 a.m., special meeting to address the two street closures.
Second.
I have a second from Councilman Howard. Any questions, Jane, Dave? You okay with that?
Thank you.
You're all right. Like I said, we find a way to get it done. It's just a matter of, I tend to lean towards Councilman Howard's side of things. I would just simply do it by the book and make sure we don't, because the minute we don't, someone's gonna complain.
Are we okay with as many as I could contact?
Yes, because according to Chad, the only one he
Still
hasn't
can do it.
contacted was Rod Cole.
Oh, yeah, he don't count.
Sorry, Rod. So, no, if that's okay with you guys?
Is there any objection to doing it by Zoom?
No, I said we can do it by Zoom.
It's a great idea.
Okay,
I'll just be here.
yeah, I'll be here too. Don't worry. All right. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign?
What
Well, 8:30.
30 Friday?
Jane, I'll get a hold of you guys Friday when we're done. Okay.
Thank you so much.
If by chance the neighbor says no, let us know.
I'm willing.
You still got 2/3.
The barrier.
Yes.
A little bit.
Remind him it's for the kids. It's for the
It
children.
just says
Well, if it's
contacted,
Matt
not
Park,
approved.
Yeah, all it says is you gotta contact him.
I actually think Matt Park's the
That's
next
one more.
block.
Oh, is he?
It's an older gentleman.
Okay.
In relevance to what is being old. Sorry, Jen, I just had to throw that out there. Someone say I'm old.
I'm not answering.
Plead the fifth.
Really bad.
Yeah, all right. Thank you. Thank you guys, Jane. Thanks, Dave.
So maybe we.
You guys are good to go. Unless you want to listen in on law enforcement reports and stuff.
Part of the public.
Yes, public participation at its finest.
She commented over she has a city council meeting for 55 years.
You didn't want to start now?
Careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
Careful what you wish for.
Good to see you.
Thanks, you guys.
Thank you.
very much.
Law enforcement report,
Point of order, do we need to close out public comment or consider that addressed today?
I would say it's addressed because we've moved and approved.
Okay.
Go to the next meeting.
Just, okay.
10 traffic stops, 5 citations, and 1 out of county warrant served within the city limits of Choteau in the month of May. They had 73 calls, including the ones above, ranging from accidents, traffic stops, officers requests, and other calls. As far as I know, we've had no bear calls within the city limits.
Augusta, well,
Yeah.
between here and Augusta, but,
Yeah. 1 out of Priest Butte the other night too.
mm,
Jen's report. Dogs in traffic, gotta love it. Dogs in traffic, dogs in traffic next time.
has the dog situation become any better in the last, since our last meeting?
Without saying something that might jinx it,
Mhm.
yes, would be the word. As far as I know,
I was gone this last week.
I was
so
just-
I haven't heard anything.
no, yes, no news is good news, but seriously, it's been very, very quiet on the dog front lately, which I'm very proud of, very glad for. City judge from Judge Pete. You can see his caseload, 8 cases filed, 2 stop signs, 2 dog licenses, licensed dog, vicious dog, expired registrations. Things like that. About an average month for me, said, when I ran across him. So. City attorney, Catonsville's in there. I had a good chat with him the other day, and he will be here Thursday. got to do some research on one of the projects we're working on. So he'll be in town Thursday afternoon and a good chance if you want to meet him and sit down with him, he'll be down here at City Hall for a little bit and he will be at Chamber after hours.
Perfect.
We heard there might be good food. So you can see where we're at. I can tell you that in our party has been served and that there's a date of June 30th for compliance. So we'll wait and see what happens between now and then.
Right, I know, and I thought that was.
The other, I passed on to Melody, we did get a notice we were served with a lawsuit on a foreclosure on a home because we have a lien against it for water. And the city attorney and the folks at MMI said that's standard operating procedures, that they're just trying to clear the way to make sure that when they go to do it, it's done. Everyone's properly noticed in that. We should still be able.
There was a list pendants file in the clerk
Yeah.
office.
Yeah, so I was stunned to see that they sent somebody from Great Falls up to serve me. Because I think it probably cost them more than the lien, but the guy was rather funny. He goes, I serve the mayor in Great Falls all the time with these things. He says, you take it a lot better than he does. You know it's coming, just bring it along. Mike does not have a report for us. Those guys have been running ragged.
So you feel like I see them all over town. All the
Yeah,
time.
I can tell you that they did hook the sewer lines up today for the dollar store. Water and sewer, yeah, are hooked up at the dollar store.
Do you know if that happens to be that hose that's sticking out of the ground right across from Stewart's Church? So
Out of
it's a big long hose sticking right out.
Oh, that was what they were using to test the back pressure.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they had, because they have, DEQ requires them to run a test that at 1.25 times normal pressure, is that what it is?
Should be 1.5.
1.5.
Okay.
I'm not a plumber. Thank you. Finance officer gets a break as well because she was with me last week at meetings most of the week in Helena, and I'll come back and talk about those in a second. Tom is out of town, but his report is here, yeah. We did scold him to make sure he had his ducks in a row. Things are picking up. More and more people are coming in, asking questions. And we have one that he's waiting on. When he gets back, we'll have a discussion about up on Rice. It may end up having to go to the Board of Adjustments, but we'll see.
We'll be here.
Councilman Merja, you got anything for us?
Nope, pretty quiet.
Well, I can imagine where you're at. It is.
Yeah. Ted Kaczynski's gone, so whatever.
Exactly. Councilman D?
Two quick things, chamber related. We're still looking for some volunteers for Brew Fest in the night of the 2nd and the steak fry. So on the 2nd and the 3rd, in the evenings, looking for beer pourers and folks helping us collect money and check IDs, that kind of thing. And then on the 4th of July, we're looking for a couple more people to help out for steak fry.
Okay.
And then, of course, Thursday, big day for RMIS
Yes.
for Chamber After Hours.
Chamber after hours, yep. I'll come back to that
And
too. What's that, Stuart?
That's this week.
Yeah, where are you gonna be at?
I'll be here.
So if you want to
RMIS
zoom
offices.
in, we'll eat chicken wings in front of you.
Mhm.
Councilman Howard?
I saw the water line break last week.
Oh,
So that was kind of something I think is probably, you probably know, coming back to the city. I mean, we cost the contractor probably a couple days by the time he stopped what he was doing, fixed it. I don't think they were aware they had to lower it, right?
yeah, I don't remember. Mike said that it was asked, answered, and addressed in today's construction meeting.
Okay.
He was not
It
happy.
wasn't really loud either. That was great.
Well, I mean, that's something that if needed be, we might want to give them an extra day or two under contract for slowing them down.
They have not asked.
Yes. that's funny.
They asked for weather, but not for that.
Okay, well,
I think they were ahead of schedule at one point.
as far as I know, that was kind of the city, so
Yeah,
not locating that, so
it was.
in fairness, if they need it, it should probably be given to them.
Okay. Good to know.
I would say 2 days.
I just know that it was,
2 days for one crew or 1 day for both
It
crews,
was-
however you want to look at it.
Mike
I
was,
think only one crew has been here for the last little bit.
yeah,
including Mike.
so we were told.
It looked like they kind of,
So maybe two are back, maybe it was last week. It was just one. I don't know.
We got it, we were out of town when we got that phone call.
looks like they'll have that street open back up again tomorrow.
Five Till and Mom's.
Anything else?
That's all I got.
Councilman Howard? I mean, Councilwoman Foley, sorry.
Got nothing. I was quiet on my end.
How's the Sir Optimus Fair looking? You guys
Good.
have a Vendor, are you full on vendors or?
No, and since we have no God bread that day, I mean, we won't fill up, but we're probably plus 15, 18.
Oh, good.
Still, our registrations are still coming in. We're still getting some calls now, so I think we'll have a good variety.
From the mayor's desk, we were gone last week at meetings for MMIA and the League of Cities and Towns. It was interesting because it was flooding in part of the state and we had leaders from Billings and some of those flooded areas in the meetings, but overall, last I'd heard, we had not seen a claim for our insurance carrier. One,
Maybe one, what was it, Livingston sewer plant, right?
was it Livingston's or was it,
It was Livingston,
okay,
possibly.
there
but they
was a
weren't sure
possibly a
yet.
building issue with one of the with one of the sewer plants, but other than that, everything else had come through so far, so good. Very interesting meeting about what's taking place across Montana, and we start posturing towards the next legislative session as the issues that are hot topics, and affordable housing again is popping up on the radar from several legislators over in the Flathead Valley. So we look to have some legislation addressing ADUs, additional dwelling units.
At the state level?
At the state level, oh yes. So we'll keep our eyes on that and what's happening that way. My desk has been, knock on wood, kind of quiet. Did have some meeting with some folks here in town about some stuff. No letters lately, haven't had to write any. Dog park lease is done. I need Polly or one of the board members
I
to,
just got it today. That signed today.
we'll
Sorry.
back that up.
Sorry.
The dog park sign's up. So that means the lease is up. We do have the lease redone for I've redone the lease for the baseball commission and they're aware of it and they're gonna send Chad Peoples, when he wasn't worried about a street closure, will come back and grab that for the baseball commission. Thursday night, chamber member not come out to our office. I've got 40 pounds of chicken wings and I've got 4 pounds of smoked macaroni and cheese I'm gonna make as well. Come out, have a bite, talk to some folks, bring a chair if you want to. We'll have the radio going as well. Last week while we were gone, Tom and Shauna did yeoman's work in keeping the doors open and keeping people moving. Very glad to have Shauna here. She's made a very nice transition from the post office across the street. Jody and I have started talking about our budget for next year. We're doing in the preliminary stages of that.
We ride together.
Yeah, that's what you talk about when you're in the car. So we will be delving into that more and more as we get there, because the end of our fiscal year truly is 9 days away.
It's not gonna be as easy a budget this time.
No, it's not. We're worried about gas tax dollars, where they're going to play out, things like that. And as always, when it comes to the legislature, we're worried about entitlement dollars, and how that's going to play out.
Could be big budget dollars.
Yeah, it could be tough. Congratulations to those who ran and are going on to the November election. Godspeed you for that, and thank you for putting your names on the ballot. We are tentatively scheduled to go the 5th of July. Anybody have issues with the 5th?
As long as I can bring a pillow to sleep.
And nap all day, it starts at 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can nap all day. It starts at 5:30. Okay. If we have nothing else, anything for the good of the order there, Jen?
Port Authority meeting was moved to 6 o'clock on Thursday.
6 o'clock Thursday night, Port Authority.
We'll note that I'm keeping an eye on from Chamber and Port Authority perspective on Yellowstone's closure effect on tourism here. I'm worried about it.
That was one of the things that we had, because when we were in our Helena, we were in a rest or hotel in Helena. There were some folks that were there that were supposed to be in Yellowstone Park. And then they were gonna head to Glacier Park, but Kalispell, Columbia Falls Hungry Horse
Was flooding too.
was flooding as well. So I said, come show them, go dig dinosaurs, stuff
Yep.
like that.
Yep.
They were staying more metropolitan. So I am true curious to see.
We haven't noticed any deleterious effects on like the dinosaur center bookings or anything so far.
What about at the visitor center? Do we have a nose count as to what's come through?
There hasn't been a big change, but I did notice last week that there was a lot of brochures taken.
Okay.
So, and that's really all I can say, but from the log that people log in and on, it wasn't a big change. When I worked on Monday, quite a few people, I worked Monday afternoons, traveling from Glacier, flying out of Bozeman. Most of the visitors who are coming through are flying in and out of Bozeman these days.
It's
My concern would be
noticeably
towards
cheaper.
mid and end of summer, as people know that Yellowstone's closed.
Yeah.
People who made their bookings are in state already.
Well, but Yellowstone
They're
is
gonna
work,
go south.
all their tour groups are now trying to work together.
Yeah.
And work on bringing people in, and they're gonna try to work the roads that are open,
Mhm.
so, and they're gonna share, so
I'm-
they all
I'm
stay. in.
hopeful, I'm so hopeful, but keeping a very weather eye on it.
Oh, yeah, we were curious if the gas prices were having an effect on folks traveling, and there was,
According to when I was driving home from Bynum on Sunday, all the vehicles I was passing were from Texas and Florida, so I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we ran into a couple in our hotel in Helena, and they bought a brand new car to try on that was what they were doing, traveling the United States in it. And they said,
For 2 months.
yeah, 2 months. They said they weren't expecting the gas prices, but they made the plans and they were gonna do what they had to do to pinch their way through it
They were gonna do it 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Right. before
right
COVID.
before COVID.
Mhm.
I see a lot of folks in town coming through. I see good numbers at the hotel, a lot of, folks as they drive in and out of the office. So hopefully we're doing all right. One of the other things we talked about, as you talked about tourism, was taxation at the MMIA and the league level,
How to capture that.
how to capture some of that. So anyways, if there's nothing else for us tonight, you guys, I will get us out of here and on to the ice cream parlor. There's those that are heading that way. So we will adjourn our meeting and we'll be back 8:30 on Friday morning to take care of our 2 items. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.